Chosen one, I need you to do something for me right now. Close everything else. Eliminate the distractions. What I'm about to share is not casual content you can play in the background while doing something else. This demands your full attention, your complete presence. Because I discovered something about you that left me stunned. Something that explains why you've been attacked so fiercely. Why certain people betrayed you without clear reason. Why life has felt unusually difficult for you compared to others. And why, despite everything, something inside you simply refuses to quit. You carry something, a gift, but not just any gift. A gift so rare, so powerful, so uniquely yours that its value can't even be calculated. In human terms, we're not talking about millions or billions. We're talking about trillions. And here is what left me frozen while preparing this message. The devil knows it. He has known about your gift since before you were born. And your entire life, he has been trying to buy it. Subscribe to this channel right now and turn on all notifications, because what I'm about to reveal about this forbidden gift, its incalculable value and the specific offers the enemy has been making to you without your awareness, will permanently change the way you interpret every temptation, every shortcut, and every suspiciously convenient opportunity that has crossed your path. Stay until the end, because I will show you exactly what your gift is, why the devil cannot steal it but can only attempt to purchase it, and how you've been rejecting his offers without even realizing you were in negotiations. Write 777 in the comments if you felt that something inside you is worth more than anything the world has offered you so far. Let me take you somewhere few truly understand. There is a spiritual economy that runs parallel to the physical one. In this economy, the gifts of the soul carry assigned value, not random value, but value determined by rarity, impact, potential, and transformative capacity. Most people never consider this. They move through life unaware that they carry inner treasures greater than material wealth. But spiritual entities understand this clearly, especially those operating in darkness. They see what humans cannot. They recognize the value of a soul. They measure the potential of a gift. And when they detect something exceptionally valuable, specific protocols are activated to acquire it. You activated one of those protocols, not recently, but from the moment you entered this world. Because what you carry is something the kingdom of darkness has been desperately seeking, not to destroy. That would be simple, but to buy. To obtain it by convincing you to hand it over voluntarily in exchange for something that appears valuable, but isn't. This is crucial to understand. The enemy of your soul operates under rules he cannot break. One of those rules is free will. He cannot take what belongs to you without consent. He cannot rip your gift from you. He cannot steal it by force. He can only offer something in exchange. He must persuade you to give it up willingly. He makes the exchange look beneficial, when in reality, you lose infinitely more than you gain. This has happened in your life more often than you realize. Every shortcut that required you to compromise your integrity, that was a purchase offer. Every opportunity that demanded betrayal of your values, that was a purchase offer. Every easy path that appeared precisely when the right path became hard, that was a purchase offer. The devil has been negotiating with you. And year after year, without even knowing it, you've rejected his proposals one by one. That has left him deeply frustrated. Because your gift remains intact. It stays in your possession. It continues increasing in value. And he still cannot acquire it. Now let me tell you what this gift actually is. It's not something you learned. It's not a skill you developed. It was woven into your soul from the moment you were created. Your forbidden gift is the ability to remain pure in corrupt environments. Let me explain why that is worth trillions. In the spiritual realm, purity is the highest currency that exists. I'm not speaking about perfection. Not about never making mistakes. I'm speaking about something deeper. That part of you that, no matter what you've endured, no matter the failures, no matter the falls, remains fundamentally intact. The part that refuses total corruption. The part that, after every stumble, chooses to rise again. The part that feels discomfort in dark spaces because it simply doesn't belong there. This is extraordinarily rare. Most people, when repeatedly exposed to darkness, eventually adapt. They blend in. They stop feeling the discomfort. They normalize what should never be normalized. But not you. You've encountered things that should have corrupted you. You've walked through environments that should have reshaped you into something darker. You've faced temptations that should have eroded your essence. And still, something inside you refused. That is your forbidden gift. It's forbidden because the system of this world doesn't want it to exist. Darkness requires eventual corruption. It needs purity to fade over time. It needs every soul to eventually surrender to a lower frequency. But you are an anomaly. A glitch in the matrix of corruption. Someone who should have fallen long ago, yet remains standing. And that has immeasurable value. Every person who preserves their purity in a corrupt world becomes a point of light. Living proof that surrender isn't inevitable. Embodied hope for those who believe corruption is unavoidable. Your mere existence, your persistence in being who you truly are, has power. Power to shift realities. Power to awaken others. Power to remind them they, too, can resist. That is what's worth trillions. Not what you do, but who you are. What you represent. The possibility you demonstrate daily when you refuse to become what the world pressures you to be. Now let me expose the specific offers the enemy has been presenting to you, so you can recognize his tactics moving forward. The first is the offer of immediate relief. It appears at your lowest moments. When pain is sharp. When pressure feels unbearable. When you think you cannot endure another day. Right then, an escape appears. But that escape carries a price. It asks you to compromise part of your essence. To accept something misaligned with your values. To take a shortcut that pulls you away from your true self. The offer whispers, I can remove this pain right now. Just do this. And what this requires is always the same: surrender a piece of your integrity, your authenticity, your purity. Think about the desperate moments when a solution appeared that looked perfect. An opportunity that seemed to solve everything. A person offering exactly what you needed, yet something felt off. Your logic couldn't explain it, but your spirit hesitated. Later, the truth surfaced. Hidden costs were revealed. The sacrifice would have been too great. Those times you felt foolish for refusing something attractive were unseen victories. You were protecting a gift worth trillions. The second is the offer of instant elevation. It comes when you're exhausted from the climb. When others seem to advance faster while you remain in process. Suddenly, a shortcut appears. A chance to skip stages. To arrive without formation. It presents itself as destiny accelerated. A rare opportunity. A door that won't open twice. But shortcuts that bypass formation always demand payment in fragments of your essence. They always require compromise, small on the surface, massive in consequence. Remember those opportunities promising rapid success, when your gut said no. Even when others called you crazy. Even when you couldn't logically justify declining. You chose slow and solid over fast and fragile. Character over convenience. That was your gift functioning. Your spiritual immune system detecting a threat. Your incorruptibility recognizing a purchase attempt. The third is the offer of collective acceptance. This one is deeply seductive. Humans crave belonging. We long for community. This offer appears when you feel isolated. When integrity has cost you relationships. When your values have made you an outsider. Suddenly, a welcoming group emerges. Acceptance. Belonging. But entry requires adjustment. A small compromise. Tolerating what you normally wouldn't. Normalizing what should be questioned. Every time you chose loneliness over corrupt company, you made a $1 trillion decision. You valued your gift above the illusion of acceptance. It felt like loss, but it was victory in a realm you couldn't see. The fourth is the offer of justified revenge. It arrives after betrayal, after unfair attacks. It disguises itself as justice, as balance. It invites you to hurt those who hurt you, to mirror their tactics. But the moment you respond to darkness with darkness, you surrender a fragment of your gift. Because your gift is remaining pure amid impurity, remaining just when treated unjustly, remaining loving when met with hate. Each time you chose restraint over retaliation, you made a deposit into your spiritual account. The fifth is the offer of profitable compromise. This one comes wrapped in logic, in practicality, in common sense. It appears during financial pressure, scarcity, responsibility. A door opens that could solve everything if you accept a small compromise. Everyone does it. You need to be realistic. You have obligations, but every time you chose struggle over moral compromise, you preserved something the enemy cannot control. Someone who cannot be bought cannot be manipulated. The sixth is the offer of convenient silence. It shows up when you witness wrong, when speaking would cost you comfort. The proposal is simple: stay quiet and avoid trouble. It doesn't feel like wrongdoing. It feels like inaction. But every time you spoke when silence was easier, stood when sitting was safer, chose light when blending in was more comfortable, you declared that your gift is not for sale. Now understand this. When you consistently reject these offers, something shifts in the spiritual realm. Your classification changes. You move from being a target for purchase to a target for containment. If they can't buy you, they try to limit you. If they can't acquire your gift, they attempt to suppress it. That's the phase you've been in. Attacks not to make you sell, but to keep you distracted. Drained. Stuck in survival mode instead of purpose mode. But here's what wasn't calculated. The same resistance that made you reject the offers makes you impossible to contain permanently. The gift you protected now protects you. The purity you preserved has become power. You're entering a new phase. A phase where your gift is no longer just defended, but deployed. And the enemy senses it. That's why recent pressure has intensified. It's the final containment attempt before manifestation. But it's already too late to stop what's coming. Every offer you rejected accumulated spiritual credit. And that credit is about to manifest. In this spiritual economy, every corrupt offer refused is a deposit. Not of money, but of authority, influence, impact. Every no to the enemy was a yes to purpose. Every resisted temptation laid another brick in your destiny. Now the structure is nearly complete. What you've preserved is about to be revealed, and it will exceed your expectations. Because a gift increases in value when protected. It compounds. It deepens. It strengthens. What will manifest isn't just your original gift, it's that gift plus every layer of depth, power, and authority added through years of resistance. So here is your instruction. First, recognize what you've actually been doing. You haven't just been surviving. You've been guarding something priceless. Every day you didn't yield was a triumph. Second, prepare to use it. Protection was phase 1. Projection is phase 2. Your ability to remain pure in corrupt environments is meant to illuminate others. Simply by being who you are where it matters most. Third, stay alert for final offers. When defeat is near, the enemy makes his most seductive proposals. Do not yield now, not when you are this close. Resist, and you will cross a threshold that cannot be reversed. There is a record about your case. It says this soul has demonstrated incorruptibility under extreme conditions. Not perfection, incorruptibility. And that changes how heaven assigns responsibility. Greater trust. Greater assignments. Greater doors. Because heaven entrusts treasures to those who have proven they won't sell them. You are one of them. And this was recorded for you. You preserved your essence in a world built to corrupt it. You chose temporary pain over permanent corruption. Every rejection was documented, every resistance recorded. Your account is full. What's coming is not luck. It is return on investment. Investment of integrity, of purity, of resistance. Your forbidden gift will no longer remain hidden. It will become your greatest instrument of impact. What the enemy failed to buy will be the very thing that frees others. Walk forward knowing your value is non-negotiable. What you carry is priceless. If this awakens something within you, if you recognize you've been guarding a gift beyond price, and if you commit to never selling it, write 777 in the comments to seal this declaration. There is exclusive material in the description and pinned comment, less than the cost of a pizza, including a complete audiobook and a 5-minute meditation guide as a bonus. Subscribe and activate notifications to receive more revelations about your true identity and the immeasurable value you carry. Share this with someone who has also been rejecting offers without realizing what they were protecting. And before you leave, click the video on your screen to discover how your classification of incorruptibility activates the specific assignments heaven is preparing for your next season. Together, we are stronger.